So I have a doubt, sir.
Okay. Can we discuss this doubt at the end of the class?
Sure, okay, sir.
Okay. So, so today we have to look into step number 7.2 in the basic settings. Define tolerance groups for employees. So first I will explain the concept of tolerance groups for employees. Just one second, let me close all other materials. See, actually, with the help of the tolerance groups for employees, we can control the posting activities of the employees in the finance and accounts department. We can control the posting activities of employees in the finance and accounts department. So, what are the tolerance groups for employees? Setting the maximum limits for the posting procedures of employees. Posting procedures means posting activities. So, what are the posting activities? So, here, as far as postings are concerned, the lower level employee has to do some postings. So for each posting, we set up the upper limit. So what are the posting activities? Number one, the amount of document an employee can post in GL accounts, vendor accounts, customer accounts, and asset accounts. Means you take any employee. As far as postings are concerned, they have to post a business transaction either in the GL accounts or vendor accounts or customer accounts or asset accounts. So this is one posting activity. So actually what we do is we define number of tolerance groups, like for example say group A, group B, group C, group D. So under every tolerance group, you set up the upper limit for all the four posting activities. So the first posting activity is the amount of document means business transaction. The amount of document an employee can post in GL accounts, vendor accounts, customer accounts, and asset accounts. For that activity, you set up this upper limit of 1 lakh under group A, 2 lakhs under group B, 3 lakhs under group C, 4 lakhs under group D. You can define any number of tolerance groups again. Now, second posting activity, the amount of open item he can deal with. Open item means the pending purchase invoice and the pending sales invoice. So on the pending purchase invoice, you make the payment to vendor, and on the pending sales invoice, you receive the payment from the customer. So whether you receive the payment from the customer and whether you make the payment to vendor, that is to be posted by the employee only, no? That is called dealing with the open item. So for that activity, you had set up the upper limit like this. Under group A, 1,50,000. Under group B, 2,50,000. Under group C, 3,50,000. Under group D, 5 lakhs. Now, the third posting activity. The amount or percentage of cash discount he can offer or post. Means here you receive the cash discount and you pay the cash discount. Suppose for example, when the vendor, sorry, when you make the payment to vendor in a stipulated time, suppose one vendor is there and he said, if we make the payment in 1 month, he will give us 3% cash discount. So we have done the payment to vendor in 1 month itself. So we have to get the 3% cash discount. This is called cash discount received. So this cash discount received is also to be posted by the employee only. And sometimes you may have to give the cash discount to customers. Suppose one customer is there, while selling the goods to him, we said that if he makes the payment in 15 days, we will give him 2% cash discount. So the customer has done the payment in 15 days. So we have to give the cash discount to him. This is called cash discount paid. So this cash discount paid is also to be posted by the employee only. So whether it's a cash discount received or cash discount paid, that is to be posted by the employee only. So for that activity, you set up the upper limit like this again. Under group A, 0%. Under group B, 1%. Under group C, 2%. Under group D, 5%. Then fourth posting activity. The amount of the payment difference he can accept. So what is the payment difference here basically? For example, one customer is there. For him, we sold goods worth of $10,000. And today, he has made the payment of $8,000, saying that the remaining $2,000 he will pay later on. So this $2,000 is called basically payment difference. So again, this payment difference is to be posted by the employee only. So up to how much payment difference he can accept? Under Group A, 1,000, under Group B, 2,000, under Group C, 4,000, under Group D, 5,000. Like that, for all the four posting these are only the four posting activities. For all the four posting activities, under each group, you set up the upper limits like this. And these upper limits, we cannot decide on our own. We have to take into consideration the requirements of the finance and accounts department. Now, there are some employees who are concerned with our finance and accounts department. Let us say Group 1. Under Group 1, we have junior accountant, junior cashier, and accountant. Then under Group 2, we have the accounts officer, senior accounts officer. Under Group 3, we have manager finance and senior manager finance. Then under Group 4, we have GM finance and director finance. So these are the employees who are concerned with the finance and accounts department. Okay. Now, for every employee, the user IDs are created and given by basis consultants, right? Now, after creating these tolerance groups, the FI consultant will assign the required tolerance groups to the required employee user IDs. As a result, the upper limits of those tolerance groups are automatically applicable to those employees. For example, Group A is assigned to Group 1 employee user IDs. Group B is assigned to the user IDs of accounts officer and senior accounts officer, Group 2 employees. Group C is assigned to user IDs of the Group 3 employees, and Group D is assigned to user IDs of these employees. Okay. Now, as a result, the limits are applicable to the respective employees as far as postings are concerned. Means, here, when the Group A is assigned to user IDs of Group 1 employees, either the junior accountant or junior cashier or accountant can post a business transaction in the GL accounts, vendor accounts, customer accounts, and asset accounts up to an amount of 1 lakh. Up to an amount of 1 lakh. Then, junior accountant, junior cashier, and accountant can post either payment made to vendor or payment received from the customer up to an amount of 1,50,000. And these employees, junior accountant, junior cashier, accountant, cannot post any cash discount paid or any cash discount received because their allowable percentage is 0%. And these people can post the payment received up to a payment difference of 1,000. So like that, these limits are applicable to these employees, and these are applicable to these employees, and these are applicable to these employees. Now, always the postings are to be done by the lower level employee only, right? Now, today we received one material. We purchased some material from a vendor and whose invoice amount is So today we purchased some raw material from a vendor and whose invoice amount is $3,75,000. So this purchase invoice is to be posted by the user in the vendor accounts. So by whom this 3,75,000 purchase invoice is to be posted according to tolerance limits? Group D tolerance group, right? So 3,75,000 is below 4 lakhs. That is Group D tolerance group. The Group D tolerance group is assigned to GM finance and director finance. So technically speaking, this purchase invoice of 3,75,000 is to be posted by the either GM finance, general manager finance, or director finance. And GM finance and director finance will enter the business transactions to accounting system? No and never. Whatever may be the amount of business transaction, they are to be posted by the lower level employee only. In our case, whatever may be the amount of business transaction, it has to be posted by either junior accountant or junior cashier or accountant. But what is their allowable limit? Only 1 lakh. but the amount of the business transaction is 3,75,000. Technically speaking, they cannot post, but still it has to be posted by these people only. That's why, suppose junior accountant is going to post that purchase invoice, right? So in order to post that purchase invoice of 3,75,000, this junior accountant has to get the approval either from GM Finance or Director Finance. The junior accountant has to get the approval either from GM Finance or Director Finance. So for that purpose, this junior accountant will enter this invoice into SAP system. Then he will keep it pending for posting. Then the GM Finance will access that document and he will push one button. Then it is automatically posted. This process is called parking and releasing. So how to park a business transaction and how it is released by the next higher level employee, that we will discuss in the general ledger accounting. So at this point of time, what you have to understand is what is the concept of tolerance groups for employees and how the employee postings are controlled by tolerance groups. This is the concept of tolerance groups for employees. I hope it's clear to everybody. And we can define any number of tolerance groups. Just in our example, I have given only 4 tolerance groups. And see the material. Path is same as above. Transaction code is not there. Transaction code OBF4. For step number 7.2, transaction code OBF4. So first let us log in. SPRO, Financial Accounting, General Ledger Accounting, Business Transactions, Open Item Clearing, Clearing Differences, Define Tolerance Groups for Employees. Click on New Entries. Don't write now, just look at the screen. Suppose if you want to define the tolerance groups as per our example, right? Group is equal to A. See, upper limits for posting procedures. Amount per document, 1 lakh. First limit. Amount per operating account item, 1,50,000. Cash discount per line item, 0%. Permitted payment differences, 1,000, again 1,000. Click on Save. Click on Next Entry button. Enter the group B, give your company code and enter the upper limits of respect to tolerance group. Click on Save. Again click on Next Entry button. Like that, in that way, you can create any number of tolerance groups. Right? Now continue. Group is equal to, now you can write in the material. Group is equal to blank, means keep it blank. Company code is equal to 4466. I'm sorry, 3366. Company code is equal to 3366. Then upper limits for posting procedures. Amount per document is equal to, give some 10 or 9 nines. I will tell you why. So maximum amount you give, amount per document, give some 9 nines or 10 nines. Then amount per open account item, again you enter some 10 or 9 nines. Cash discount per line item, 5%. Click on Save. So why I have given this much amount? Because in the next step, this blank tolerance group we are going to assign to our user ID. So from general ledger accounting onwards, you start doing the postings. At the time of postings, you have to give the amount columns. So in that case, you can post the amount up to this amount. You can use the amount columns up to this amount. Suppose if you assign group A to your user ID, then what happens? You have to remember those upper limits. Every time when you are posting a transaction or when you are doing the practice, we have to remember those transactions. Sorry, we have to remember those upper limits. In order to avoid that, I told you to give some little big amount. Okay. Click on Save. See the next step. Assign users to tolerance groups. I told you, no, the tolerance groups are to be assigned to users. Path is same as above. Transaction code is not there. Transaction code OB57. Transaction code OB57. Click on new entries. Username. I have given the username to every one of you, right? So you enter that username only. Here in this server, my username is Lakshman. So in your practice, you have to enter your username. So write your username there. Tolerance group blank. Click on save. See the error message. An entry already exists with the same key because for the Lakshman user ID, already blank tolerance group was assigned because I have nearly 6 batches in this server. So for every batch, in order to log on to the server, I use the same user ID Lakshman. So for the previous batch, I already assigned the blank tolerance group to the Lakshman user ID. But in your case, you don't get any error because this is the first time you are assigning the user ID. Sorry, this is the first time you are assigning that blank tolerance group to your user ID. But at the time of doing the practice for the second company code, you get the error. Now, see the next step and last step in the basic settings. Global parameters. First, let us do the step, then again I will explain. Okay. Transaction code is OBY6. Transaction code is OBY6. Click on position. Company code is equal to 3366. Click on enter. See, our company code has been taken in the first line. Then select the company code 3366. Select 3366 company code. Click on details button. This is called details button. So in this screen, till now, since 2 weeks are like that, we have defined a number of settings and some settings we have assigned to company code, right? Means we have defined and some objects and those objects we have assigned to company code. And these objects we can see in this particular screen. See, our company code is 3366. Our company code country is equal to US. Our currency is US dollar. Then language is equal to English. Then we have defined the chart of accounts and assigned the chart of accounts to company code, right? See here. This is our chart of accounts. We have defined the company and we assigned the company code to company, right? You can see that here. And we have defined the fiscal year variant and assigned the fiscal year variant to company code. This you can see here. You defined the field status variant and assigned to company code. This is there. We have defined the posting period variant and assigned company code to posting period variant. See. So all these objects we can display here. In addition to this, right, according to our material, select business area financial statements, select proposed fiscal year, select define default value date, select negative postings permitted. So for every company code, even the real time also, we have to select these 4 checkboxes minimum to minimum. So these are called checkboxes, right? So we have to select these four checkboxes compulsory. And other checkboxes we select based on your client requirement. Click on save. Now, what is the impact of selecting these 4 checkboxes? Go back to notes, please. Put heading global parameters. Global parameters. The settings done. The settings done in this activity, the settings done in this activity are applicable to the company code as a whole. Are applicable to the company code as a whole. Number one, business area financial statements. Under that, number one, subheading, business area financial statements. Just give me 1 minute. Yes, I am back. Now, business first heading is exactly. So, see the question posted by Teja. These are she has posted one question regarding tolerance groups for employees. So these are control procedures to avoid any fraud or misrepresentation. Yes, absolutely right. Right. So if any wrong postings are done, right, the person who has approved that wrong posting is responsible. That's what I told you. Using the tolerance groups for employees, we can control the posting activities of the employees. That is the main purpose. You are absolutely right. Now, coming to this, put heading business area financial statements. By selecting this indicator, the system allows the user to generate the business area financial statements. To generate the business area financial statements means here, if you want the system to generate the financial statements according to business areas, compulsorily we have to select this indicator. Suppose if you don't select this indicator, the system maintains the business transactions according to business areas in the database. No worries about it. But the thing is, it will not allow us to generate the statements according to business areas. So even though data is maintained in the database according to business areas, unless you select this indicator, system will not allow us to generate the statements. That is the impact of selecting this business area financial statements. Then number 2, propose fiscal year. Propose fiscal year. Propose fiscal year. By selecting this indicator, the system automatically defaults the current fiscal year. The system automatically defaults the current fiscal year at the time of posting the transactions. Sorry, at the time of displaying the documents. I am sorry. Again, I'm repeating. By selecting this indicator, the system automatically defaults the current fiscal year at the time of displaying the documents. At the time of displaying the documents. This I will show you after posting and displaying the documents. Next, number 3. Define default value date. Define default value date. By selecting this indicator, the system automatically defaults. The system automatically defaults the current date. The system automatically defaults the current date within brackets system date as value date. This also I will show you at the time of posting the transactions. Now, number 4. Negative postings permitted. Negative postings permitted. By selecting this indicator, number 4, negative postings permitted. By selecting this indicator, we can use the reversal function. We can use the reversal function to rectify wrong postings. So, how the documents are reversed, how the business transactions are reversed, and how many number of reversals are there in SAP. All these things we will discuss in general ledger accounting. But here, sometimes what happens is, the user may post some wrong business transactions. He may post wrong journal entries, he may post wrong debits or wrong credits, like that. So in order to correct those wrong postings, sometimes you have to reverse. So if you want to reverse the wrong documents to rectify them, here compulsorily we have to select negative postings permitted. So these are the 4 checkboxes that are to be selected for every company code, even in the real time also. Now, what about other checkboxes? I told you they are selected based on the client requirement. Okay, you know client requirement, that's fine. But how do we know which field meets that requirement? I hope everybody is getting my point. Suppose, for example, discount basis net value is there. So, in which scenario or in order to meet which requirement of your client, we should use this discount basis net value? For that, we should understand the impact of selecting this discount basis net value. But I did not explain you in the class. Then here, it is not possible to explain you every field in the class. But while doing the practice, you can explore the impact of these fields, not only in this screen, anywhere. Suppose I want to know what is the impact of selecting this discount basis net value. In that case, just keep the cursor there, right? Then press F1 function key. F1. So then the system will tell you the purpose of that checkbox. But at the beginning stages, you will not be able to understand what is the impact, right? But once you start doing the practice, at least for 1 month or 1.5 months, then only you start understanding these help documents. See here, indicator, discount base amount is net value. Indicator, with the effect that the sales tax is not contained in the base amount of discount calculation. This is the indicator with the effect that the sales tax is not contained in the base amount for discount calculation. Means what? Let us take one example. See, today we sold some goods to a customer, right? This is the invoice we have prepared. Base amount is equal to $1,000. So base amount $1,000 means this is the price of your goods. So this base price includes your cost of production plus profit. Nobody knows what is your cost of production, what is your profit. Okay. So that is the meaning of base amount or base price. Let us say base price. Now, on the base price, we are charging sales tax 10%. So sales tax is to be added. It's not included in your price. So add sales tax at 10%. So 10% on $1,000 means $100. Then total invoice amount $1,100. Okay. Now, so this is the invoice amount we sent to customer. Now we said to the customer, if he makes the payment in 20 days, we will give him 3% cash discount. Now, when the customer has made the payment on 20th day, now we have to give the cash discount to the customer. So here we give the cash discount to the customer either on base price or invoice price. We give the cash discount to the customer either on the base price or invoice price. Please remember, always we give the cash discount to the customer on the base price. Because here, out of this 1100 sales invoice amount, $100 is not your revenue. This you are collecting from the customer on behalf of your sales tax department. This $100 you are collecting from the customer on behalf of sales tax department means next month you have to deposit this sales tax to the sales tax government, to the sales tax department. This $100 is not our revenue. This $100 is not going into your pocket as such. Only $1,000 is going into your pocket. So this is actually, logically speaking, whatever the cash discount you give to the customer is to be calculated on this $1,000 only. So in that case, if you select this indicator, the system calculates the cash discount on $1,000, not on sales tax. That is the impact if you select this indicator with the effect that the sales tax is not contained in the base amount for discount calculation. Sales tax is not contained in the base amount for discount calculation. Base amount means the amount on which discount is calculated. That's how you have to understand, right? So with this, our basic settings are over. Now we have to start general ledger accounting. So this general ledger accounting, I did not send you the material yet. So today, along with the recording, I will send you the general ledger accounting material. Okay, and take the printout and make it ready for the tomorrow's class. Akila, you have any questions? Okay. Anil. Okay. Chandrasekhar. Gadi. Yeah, Chandrasekhar, tell me, any questions? Oh, okay, okay. Gadi. Okay. Then Himasailaja. Himasailaja, you do one thing. Uh, please change your name. Once you log into the meeting, you can change your name like this. Here in the GoToMeeting interface, right? On the top of this GoToMeeting interface, you will have one GoToMeeting downward arrow, right? So if you click on this downward arrow, you get one option, edit your name and email, right? Click on downward arrow, then the first option. By clicking on the first option, you can change your name, right? Now, any questions now, Himasailaja? Khalid, Khalid.
No, sir.
Okay. Manoj,
I'm fine.
okay. Roni, okay. Srinivas,
Sir,
uh,
hello.
yeah, tell me, Srinivas.
Sir, in OB effort, what is the meaning of document per line item and open item? One second, sir.
Document per line item means, see, amount per document means amount of the business
Yes, sir.
transaction you are posting. Amount per document means amount of the business transaction you are posting in a document, including all debits and credits. Then amount of operator means pending purchase invoice and pending sales invoice. On the pending purchase invoice, you make the payment to vendor, and on the pending sales invoice, you receive the payment from the customer. In that case, whether it is the payment paid or payment received is to be posted by the employee only, no? That is called dealing with open item. Clear, Srinivas, or not?
Sir, if I give amount per document 1 lakh, so I can't post more than 1 lakh.
Exactly.
Okay.
You are right.
And like that, the open item, amount per open item, if I give here as a 1 lakh, so I can't keep open item more than 1 lakh.
You cannot do.
I can't maintain open item more than 1 lakh.
Not maintain open item. See, if you give the 1 lakh there, you cannot post
Okay.
payment to vendor more than 1 lakh. You cannot post receipt from customer more than 1 lakh. You can maintain any amount of open item, but you cannot post it. You cannot post
More than 1.
Yes. You cannot post receipt of sales invoice amount and payment of purchase invoice amount to vendor. You cannot post more than that amount, not maintaining.
Okay. Okay, sir. Clear.
Then Sunil, any questions? Then Teja, tell me, what's your question?
Yes, sir. On the tolerance level for a GL accounts, I'm not sure I follow that because do we do it in realistic scenario for all the companies?
Sorry?
And the open tolerance for open items, setting up tolerance level for open items.
Yes.
When there are
Tolerance
any
means for
open
GL
items,
accounts. You are talking about
yeah,
tolerance.
GL,
Okay.
yeah. So if there are any open items, what businesses do is they do clear it. No, then why do we need the tolerance level? I'm not understanding that. Even if there are small differences, that will go to miscellaneous receipts of payment only. No, why should it automatically go to P&L?
Do one thing. I think yesterday recording I did not send you. It seems.
Yeah.
Right? I will send the
Okay.
recording today. Right? I've forgotten actually to include your name in this mail group. So I will include
Okay.
you today. So from today onwards, I will send you all the recordings, and the previous recordings also I will send you. Okay. So please listen to yesterday's recording. Then you can clearly
Okay.
understand what exactly is the GL account tolerance groups. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Because
Sir,
again,
one more
it takes around
question.
30 minutes to explain you all this process. That
Okay. So, we are talking about setting up a tolerance group for employees.
okay.
So, is this for how long it is set up? It is permanent setting at the
Yes,
when
it's a
we do the
permanent
SAP
setting.
setup.
It's a permanent setting, and generally
Uh-huh.
it's a permanent setting. But any point of
Okay,
time, you can edit them.
okay. But they will have to reach out to the SAP consultants to do all the changes, setting
No,
changes. No.
not like that. What happens is there is one more user, super user,
Okay.
principal users. So they are nothing but
Okay.
FI team leaders,
Uh-huh.
right? So they have the authorization to IMG screen. Okay, so
Okay.
they can change, but not the employee himself. Because
Okay.
once the
Okay.
implement is over, for everything we cannot ask consultant because using the consultant services are very expensive,
Hmm.
right? That's why
Okay.
generally once the implementation is over, right, or during the phase of implementation, the consultant will provide the training to the end users. End
Hmm.
user means here principal users or the key users.
Okay.
So these principal users are as good as consultants as far
Okay.
as the level of knowledge is concerned of their respective modules. Okay, so these
Okay.
people can do the can edit the settings. For example, see,
Okay.
I want to change my tolerance group blank, right? OBA
Hmm.
4. You go to your OBA 4, click on position, you give your company code 3366, then select this company code, then click on details. So you can change it. You cannot change the currency, company code, and group name. You can change the amount limits.
Okay.
Clear?
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay then. See you tomorrow same time. Good night and good day.